The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk-adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
You're listening to the Struggling Artist Podcast.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction.
With your host, Trev Allen.
I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes.
All right, welcome back. This week's guest is Boston noise rock band Black Beach. This band, they've been together for over a decade now, and we talk about their friendship that keeps them going, their new record, Mail Thief, their development of their crazy, eerie, dark, dystopian sound. And so without further ado, here it is, episode 447. Wow, Struggling with Black Beach. Thank you, Black Beach, for coming to talk to me today. Congrats on your new record, Mail Thief. It's awesome, strange, somewhat surreal. And you guys, what's wild to me is you guys have been a band now for like 12, 13 years? Because I was looking through the releases, and like the first release is 2014.
Yeah.
And so has it been just you three the whole entire time?
Yeah.
So, like, how did you guys meet? Like,
we're all from the same town. Yeah, we all like kind of grew up together. Me and Ryan were neighbors. And then me and Ben met, I think when I was like 12 through a mutual friend that we were jamming with. And then we've just been kind of playing in bands ever since. And I don't know, it was probably around like, 17, 18, Ryan, when you joined? We started
I want to say, I filled in for you guys on bass for one of your projects. I want to say I was in senior year of high school or junior year. And so I started filling in for these lovely gentlemen, and then their project essentially disbanded and then rebanded because there were other people involved, and their project disbanded and rebanded with me on drums and Ben and Steve, and then that's been it ever since.
Yeah.
So you guys have been doing it since you were like teenagers, essentially.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The funny thing is Ryan wasn't a drummer. I wasn't a bass player. We all kind of learned how to play music playing guitar, and then we sort of were like, okay, this is our role now. So Ryan, come play drums. Ben, come play bass. Well, Steve was born with a guitar in his hand, but that's whatever. But yeah, we've been doing it since we were kids. It's kind of crazy.
No, that's amazing. And like one thing that sort of struck me is I was sort of like going through the back catalog a little bit, and sort of out of the gate, it's like pretty identifiable, like what you guys sound like. Like it has evolved and changed a lot, but sort of if you listen to that first record, it's like, oh, there's already sort of like some signature stuff going on that you guys have sort of maintained And like when you were starting this, was there sort of like a vision of like a kind of band you want to start it, or were you just this is what happens when you put you guys in a room?
Kind of both, I think. Like, I'd say initially we started as like kind of what became Black Beach. We were called the Patriot Act. We were like a hardcore band, similar to Sabretooth Zombie, if you've ever heard of them, like Bay Area band. Kind of just like punk with Sabbath riffs. So that's kind of how we started. And then I think we just wanted to get a little weirder and kind of brought in some like surf influence or whatever. I think that the name like Black Beach kind of was like almost a mission statement at the time, where it was,
It
like,
implies like a kind of like surfiness, like in the aesthetic.
yeah, it's like Black Sabbath, Black Flag, and Beach Boys. And I think we've kind of like definitely moved out of that realm a bit over the years, but I think there was some kind of conscious sound.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of like the three B's of like the stew. That's kind of like a really interesting.
Every band that's good has black in the name. That's what we were thinking too. It was going to be
or beach,
maybe or beach. Yeah, So if you throw black or beach in it, then the band's good.
I can't think of a lot of bands I don't like with black in the name.
Yeah,
like I could say
Black
that
Tambourine.
like, off the top. Like
Ryan, you okay?
Ryan, you okay?
Yeah, hang on. Nah, there's an earthquake. My bad.
But so one thing that's weird is like going through the back catalog, it seems like very much more like rock and rolly, punky for a while. And then like around the time like Tapeworm comes out, you guys sort of get into this more, I don't want to call it grunge because like growing up listening to punk, I always hated grunge. Like grunge to me is like I'm unlearning a lot of things that I thought were dirty words, where I'm like, oh, grunge is just equals butt rock. But it gets like heavier and thicker. And then boom, the pandemic, and then Jalo, which is just like insane, a true horror movie kind of record. And it seems like that created like a new connective tissue to like where you ended up with Male Thief. So I guess like when did you guys like decide to like sort of throw out the whole, or was it like that? Was it like, hey, we're just gonna be like throw out this notion of like rock riffs and go like eerie?
I feel like that wasn't even like that conscious of a decision, but
Right.
Giallo was the first time we like self-recorded and self-produced the whole project. And we did the same thing with Male Thief, aside from the mixing. So I feel like controlling our own recording environment and being able to like experiment on the spot with our songwriting is like when this newer theme began.
Right. I would agree with that. I would say that there was never like a conscious decision to be like, this is the kind of band we are now, and it was never a conscious decision to be like the band that we were then. We just would jam and write riffs and write songs, and that would be the album. But you can hear it in going from Shallow Creatures to Tapeworm, and you can hear like we've always been heavily influenced by like you said, like the grungy shit. But for Tapeworm, I would say like Jesus Lizard has always been been a heavy influence on us. Or Piss Jeans is another one of my favorite bands, and I think it wasn't. Yeah, the pandemic definitely, that pause from playing shows and playing out as much as we were,
even playing together, I think.
Helped. Yeah, even playing together, sort of, because when we did Tapeworm, and we were going right back into writing, like we would normally, and then the pandemic hit, and there's a lot of songs that we were working on that will never be completed because we just moved on from them, and it's never been like a conversation. It's just what we've done. as a group.
I think like
just,
with like Giallo, I mean, part of the sound I guess was kind of conscious. I wanted to do something that didn't have guitar on it, just because I don't know, everything we've done is I don't know, fuzz rock and like kind of I don't know, big heavy emphasis on like guitar tone or whatever. And I just thought I bought a trumpet from like my neighbor at the time, and I just thought it'd be fun to do like
So
a
you didn't play trumpet before this?
No, I can barely play it now. But that was kind of the only, I think, conscious part of it was just like, let's kind of mess around with different instrumentation and not be just like a guitar forward record. We were already writing for like what became Male Thief at the time. And that was honestly a little side quest that we did, and, kind of wrote those 3 songs. And then there's kind of like an improv jam at the end there, pretty quick, and recorded it and released it on cassette. But yeah, I think kind of back to what Ben was saying, we've always been, I think, evolving in sound, and but that's not a conscious thing. Like, okay, we have to do this kind of record now. It's just kind of where we're at in life, and what we're listening to.
So like, when you're like constructing a record, I guess at what point do you know like these like this whole thing works together as a piece? Like, are you working towards the piece, or are you just like accruing material and sort of seeing what fits?
I think we've always kind of done it different. Like Shallow Creatures was probably, I think we had 8 songs and we were like, okay, I guess we have a record, because we were kind of still starting out. Tapeworm, I think, was more so, I don't know, maybe we're more conscious of like, we're writing a record. And Male Thief, like I said, we've been writing some of these songs since 2020, since we got back together, kind of after a few months off during the pandemic. And that some things have been like reworked and whatever. So I don't think Male Thief was really even, we knew we were writing a record, but we didn't say like, this is what it's going to be and this is what it's going to sound like. And, we need X, Y, and Z number of songs. I think just at a certain point, we were like, these are our strongest songs. Let's put a record out.
Hell yeah. And it's really, Male Thief does feel like kind of dystopian. I mean, all your stuff sort of does, but this one particularly feels like it's mirroring the world in like a lot. I feel like there's a lot of themes like gentrification, or maybe my favorite song, New Buildings, sort of like really is very like probably as direct as you guys ever get with anything.
Yeah.
But it feels like the whole, what you guys do sonically is really like, there's a lot of like urban decay kind of like in the songs. And it feels like that presence is really strong on this record. So I guess one thing I'm curious about is like, what are some of the non-musical influences that sort of get you guys going?
For that song in particular, the name is a nod to Neubauten, the like industrial band. I can't pronounce the full name.
I can never pronounce the first part.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Neubauten means new buildings. And I guess they were kind of named after like all these buildings that were popping up in Germany post World War II that were actually like collapsing because they were so poorly made. And that just kind of reminded me of all these like condo buildings that are going up around the city. They kind of look like if IKEA made a building, basically.
made a park.
Yeah, but like outside of that, there's a few lines that are references to High Rise, the J.G. Ballard book. And then just a lot of like movie influences as well. There's some references to like Night of the Hunter and Do the Right Thing in there. So yeah, I think like movies, television, soundtracks, stuff like that are big influences for me. at least.
No, yeah, no, definitely that makes sense, and like a lot of that comes off because it's sort of the songs aren't like your conventional like writing style when you're approaching a song. It's more like there's a lot of emphasis on like mood, and I get like a big visual sense from like when I listen to you guys. Like there's something in my head that feels visual about like the listening experience. Like it puts you in like a place and
Yeah,
things like that.
I think we're all into all forms of media. Like I think we're all big into like movies, video games. So that kind of leaks into I think all of our brains. Maybe sometimes more so than music.
No, I think that's really cool. And like especially like sort of the album cover of Male Thief feels very much like an old film kind of
yeah.
Of thing.
I don't want to get us sued or anything. I don't think they would mind. But that's ripped from a Panasonic CCTV ad from 1980.
Don't tell anyone.
I think
edit that up.
I think yeah, no, I think you're in the clear. Yeah, no, like sometimes I've like sampled things and I'm like, oh, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, especially when there's like a disclaimer at the beginning. Like I'll get pieces of audio and it's like, this cannot be reproduced for anything. And I'll just like chop exactly where that ends and like workshop the rest of the audio in.
We've played venues where you can't play cover songs in. And one time I thought they were joking and I started playing like a riff. I think it was Sleep.
You started playing
Smoker, and yeah, and I got yelled at because I didn't take it. They were like, "You can't do this because we don't have."
It's like proper licensing.
Yeah, I was. Oh, my bad. I thought you guys were kidding.
I feel like that was like a really big thing. Like maybe in like 2018 or 2019, there were all these articles about like the rising cost of like blanket licenses for venues and how it's like this giant thing, but I don't think in my life I've ever seen anyone police that.
I remember that venue. I thought it was because they record everything.
That's what it was.
But we recently
they can't just cut it out.
Yeah, right.
They're lazy.
I forget where it was. Somewhere on this recent Male Thief tour. In the like confirmation email we got when we set up the show, it said like no covers. We don't have the proper licensing, and they weren't recording. So I don't know the laws there.
Yeah,
we don't play a lot of covers. So
yeah, you guys don't seem like a band that would play a cover in at least not in any conventional sense.
We have some cover songs.
Yeah, we got some under our belt.
They're not really available to the public, but we did 5 to 1 by the Doors, and we did Waves of Mutilation by
the Pixies
song? And
was that just for kicks? You guys like
we would play that show. I would like play that shows. That was fun. Or Hybrid Moments by Misfits. That
I feel like Misfits stuff should be public domain. I feel like Misfits stuff should be public domain. That's sort of like my interpretation of the Misfits, where I'm like, yeah, everyone in the Misfits is an asshole. It belongs to the people.
It belongs to the people, dude.
like, yeah, Danzig's an asshole. Michael Graves is like the worst dude on earth. Like, whatever, like, who cares? It's like, it's sort of like it's so past, it's so beyond, like, what the band. It's so beyond belonging to the band,
Yeah.
Like whatever they created is like so effortless.
Isn't that like maybe I'm spreading false information here, but someone once told me and I believed it that Woody Allen cannot be sued for defamation because a court of law I guess ruled that because of him marrying his stepdaughter or whatever. And someone had tried to sue him, or he tried to sue for defamation. and they're like, "You've already defamed yourself." Essentially, was the thinking. I don't know if that's true or if that's a real thing in the American justice system. But
Woody Allen
he's on the
so
same trip. Like,
beyond.
he shouldn't be able to sue
like,
anyone.
yeah, his image is so. That I agree with.
He should.
He's tainted his own image for sure.
Do you guys ever just like sit around and watch movies together?
I wish we had a movie night, but I didn't go.
Yeah, we watched Pee Wee's Playhouse or Pee Wee's Big Adventure recently because I had never seen it. They really freaked out about that, so and that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Have you ever brought like film into like your sets at all, or like toyed with that idea? Of
I have an idea of something I want to do, but I don't want to say it here.
You don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want to leak the info, and I don't know if we could actually do it, but I do like when people we've had like projections, up in. We really like this place, Tubby's in Kingston, New York. It's been like our favorite venue to play. We have good friends up there, King and Yellow. They always do projections. The singer works at the venue, so he's kind of has like the whole setup going. And they played. You ever see that movie Haxon? Like
No.
I think it's from like the 30s.
The witch movie.
Yeah, it's like all red basically, and it's like about hell or something. I don't know. He like projected that behind us, and it was pretty sick. But yeah, I'd like to do more film and live sets. But we don't really. We all work a lot, and we don't all like live very close to each other, so it's hard to get together for movie nights. But we should do more of that.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
To be honest, right now, I'm unemployed, so I don't work a lot. The two of them work a lot.
But when you do work, you work a lot.
When I do work, it's a lot. But a movie night would be sick. I think that we all enjoy film in different ways. When we were on the road, what movie did you keep putting on, Ryan?
Inland Empire.
Yeah, all right. So David Lynch is like sort of, that's a good sort of vibe that you can put into what, influences us, I guess. Twin Peaks was but yeah, that's Ryan's comfort movie. It's a 3-hour long movie. I'm trying to go to bed.
He would just be tossing it on to go to sleep.
It's the cerebral nature of it,
Lulls me away, man. Which actually, you know what? I'll invite all you guys now. On the 28th, I'm gonna project Wild at Heart on the back of the house at night. If you guys want to come for a movie night, you can come too.
Nice.
Did you routinely project stuff on the back of the house?
No, this is gonna be the first. This is gonna be the first rip.
First time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So Ryan, actually, he's. I don't know if you want to talk about Castle or not, but.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
He has a big yard with a house out in the boonies, pretty much, and they throw events, and it's pretty cool. So.
Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of like live music, but we're crossing it over with like food and art, and kind of trying to do just like a multimedia platform for all types of like working class creatives, so to speak. So we're gonna do like a film screening we're gonna try like our first hand at like a film screening essentially, and have our friends who are chefs. They invested in a wicked nice like brick oven that they left at the house, and so like they'll be running like a pizza menu. We're gonna get a popcorn machine, play movies in the back of the house. I'm gonna try to buy some velvet ropes, And that weekend it's my birthday, so I got to pick the movie, and so I'm picking Wild at Heart.
Yeah, so are you in Massachusetts where this is?
Yep, I'm in Massachusetts. I am more on the South Shore, like South Coast, rather, like outside of New Bedford.
Okay.
Yeah.
Historic New Bedford.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Moby Dick.
It's weird. I had never really been down to New Bedford until for the first time until like a couple of years ago, and I was like, it's weird because I grew up on the North Shore, and it felt like a very bizarre mirror to like small North Shore, like seaside towns. So, did you guys all meet on the South Shore?
That's where we grew up. Yeah, we grew up in Middleborough.
Yeah, we're all from Middleborough.
All from Middleborough.
Yeah.
That's good. And so,
I thought you were in New York. Where are we talking to? Who are we talking to?
I'm in Belmont right now, actually.
You're in Belmont?
Belmont, Massachusetts, yeah.
I used to work in Belmont.
Yeah, it's weird. I've been living here for like 7 or 8 years. I'm like right on the border of Watertown, and so sort of like
I live in Watertown now. So I used to work at McLean Hospital, which is big campus in Belmont. It was I was there for like 11 years, and it was a trip to work at a mental hospital for that long. But I think. Wait, let me imagine if I just opened up the door and I'm like right behind you. That would be.
see me walking down the street. Well, it's not. Every once in a while, like I get an experience where like I see someone I know from the internet just like walking down the street.
Yeah,
it's like such a, and it's weird because I'm like, oh, I feel like I live very close to the city, but it's still very suburban. It's
right.
It's like suddenly I open the door, it's like suburban life, but I can be in Alston in like 15 minutes. But so like when I see people that I recognize here, I'm like, oh, that's really strange.
What are you doing out here?
Like, I don't know what to think about it. Yeah, it's like there's this dude who's like some kind of comedian fitness sort of influencer I see on Instagram, and I saw him like running like right by where I run, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, I don't like this intrusion. Like
my space.
Like
it needs some kind of privacy.
Yeah, it's well, it's sort of funny because like I feel like when I listen to you guys, it's sort of like the world. It's like a very bleak world intruding upon you, in some ways. Even though
that's what we go for. We go for that negativity and that vibe.
Even though I will say you do have like the most major jubilant opening on a song on the new record. It's Secret World, I think, that has just like, I'm
that's
like, wow, it's like they went full jubilant, like
someone, I forget who, a publication reviewed the record and they referred to Secret World as sounding like U2 from Hell, which I absolutely love.
That was cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that should be like the one-liner for like your booking and everything. It's like Black Beach U2 from Hell.
That kind of rules.
I can't stand U2 though. I'd hate to say that. They're one of those bands that just like, I don't know, they drive me up a wall for some reason when I hear. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah,
if Steve was anything like Bono, I'd quit the band. I'm sorry. I love you, Steve, but I mean, if you were like Bono, I can't.
Well, yeah,
we're gonna put our next album inside everyone's phones without their consent.
Yeah,
exactly.
The new Apple update.
Bono's weird. Bono's weird because he's like self-righteous but not indignant. You know, like I kind of want, if someone's gonna be self-righteous, I just want them to be like an asshole. But he sort of is like, no, he has like a very sophisticated air about him.
He can do so much good
and uncomfortable,
but like you still hate him. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I don't think he could be normal. Like I think like if you ran into him in public, which I guess I think it's like a classical Irish, when you're being a tourist in Ireland, it's like one of like the routine like checklist items. It's like, oh, you saw Bono at a bar. It's like, I guess it's such a regular occurrence.
He doesn't go to bars, dude.
Well, but I feel like he can't be normal at a bar. I feel like he'd be at the bar drinking, waiting for people to like talk.
Yeah.
Like he's not hiding at the bar. He's at the bar waiting for someone to talk to him.
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like that's when, like, whenever we play with people from Western Mass and they talk about living in Western Mass, it's their go-to story is always like, oh yeah, I see Jay Mascis at Target. It's always like relative to where they see Jay Mascis around town. He's probably the Bono of that area, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, another
But cooler.
soft spoken in a much different way. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like
Wait.
plays the loudest possible music and can't really like emote at all. It's like, yeah. It's like you watch videos of him like getting interviewed about his gear, and he's like, "Yeah, this is like my 30th Big Muffin." Just
Yeah, we actually we had the opportunity to record with this guy named Paul Coldry that he worked with Dinosaur Jr. on their first album, Bug. I think Bug's their first album, and he was telling us the story about like taking a break between like recording songs, and Jay went to the store and came back, and he had like a bag, and he was like trying to break the ice and tension and whatever. And he was like, "Hey Jay, what's in the bag?" And Jay's like, "Oh." It's like, what do you mean you don't know? You know what's in the bag. He's like, "I do know, yeah." And then he just walks away. Oh,
Allegedly, he wrote the. Allegedly, he also wrote the lyrics to "Freak Scene" on that walk.
Yeah, that was.
I think that's also the second part of that story.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, and Paul Coldry's like worked with so many like
Yeah, what's that studio?
such a variety of bands. He Apache, right?
Yeah, Fort Apache, yeah.
Yeah, it took me a minute to like cross those wires in my brain.
Yeah, it was a cool cool opportunity to record with them. Oh, what are you saying?
But now like you guys have gotten into like the self-recording thing, and you have like totally like total freedom pretty much. And so I guess, is that like daunting? Are you guys like, I guess one question is like, it seems like you guys are happiest when you're working sort of like as organically as possible, but when you're self-recording, you sort of have like all the time in the world to like over finesse and over smooth and do 5 million takes. And what's the balance in there? Because sometimes I think like there's something to like you do every single like some bands that'll be like every single possible variation of the riff and the tone until it's absolutely exactly what it needs to be. But I feel like you guys are a little more chaotic. So how does that balance out?
Yeah, I think oh, sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think for the way we've recorded in the past, when you have like studio time, especially like a few times we were able to get like free studio time, but like, you know, only 8 hours. You kind of have to go in with a mission and just kind of crank out the songs. Like Shallow Creatures was 8 hour session. We pretty much played like a live set and then did small overdubs. For these past few projects, like Male Thief especially, I mean, took our sweet ass time between records. You're not under the pressure of like, hey, we have a studio booked for this weekend, you know, even if it's in 3 months. So it's kind of like, hey, we can record whenever we feel like it, essentially. But we also don't have like a studio set up. Like everything's been recorded at Ryan's house at Castle for Male Thief. So we still kind of have like, hey, we have this day off together. We have to go set up, you know, work within however many hours we're like physically able to work. So we still kind of, I think, have like a bit of a limit on what we can do, but we're also not like I said, tied to like, you know, we're paying X amount of money to be here for 8 hours. That's all the time we have. So we can definitely kind of go back and tinker around or do, you know, hey, I want to do this over again. So it's allowed us a bit more freedom and I think more time to like kind of sit with the song and then, if something pops up, we can kind of rethink it and retool. But we're not like.
Is it hard to like? Is it hard to be like self-starting, like when you're working like that?
So I think.
Yeah.
So I think like going back to what Steve said, like we got the free studio time for like Shallow Creatures or whatever, but like we never, even when we were younger and we were playing like shows at like Knights of Columbus halls, like we always felt like our time was limited, so it was like we show up to work and play. So doing it ourselves in Ryan's house and being able to like just set up and like have me and Ryan and Steve just set up some microphones and get weird with it. Like Steve was saying, it's like it's not as laid back as it should be because we still have other things to do in our lives. We still are there to work, so it just doesn't cost us anything to rent out a studio. Like Tapeworm, we hired somebody for a weekend, and the guy is awesome. Actually, he did the Dinosaur Jr. Reunion albums. I think he did Farm. He did.
I think he's done everything.
He worked
on. Maybe.
Yeah, he's worked with like Sonic Youth and I forget Kim Gordon and all that, but we never really show up and be like, hey, let's write songs like this and be chill. It's like, no, we work, which is kind of, we're a bunch of goofballs at the end of the day. Like you should see us in the room together, but like we are like pretty serious about this, so it's kind of,
and like when you guys get up on stage, it's like, it's definitely not fucking around. It's very much about like the presentation and the attack. And like, it's not like you guys aren't having fun, but it is supposed to be like,
right.
I wouldn't say disturb the audience is the right word, but to have some kind of like really intent behind the way you guys play. And I guess has like the way you've approached playing changed at all? Like in like gradual shifts, or has it just been like getting more locked in with each other as like the years go by?
What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know, because it's so kind of like, it's such a part of my life that I feel like playing with Black Beach is just like an outlet that I synthesize whatever I'm going through. You know what I mean? Good or bad. And it's just always felt like a form of like physical therapy for me. And like a big part of that is my relationship with Ben and Steve. So to me, the performance is always kind of just like a mirrored response to where I'm at like currently. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like there'll be a show where, I mean, I just came up on like my Facebook memories the other day. I threw a beer into the audience and hit a girl in the face with it by accident, and she commented on our picture, and I was having a fun night that night. And then there were nights where I'm just there to play, dude. There to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think like kind of like we're talking about playing Knights of Columbus halls and growing up and playing together and whatever, and so many of those shows, it was like there's 8 bands and it's 3 hours at the hall that we have rented, and everyone wants to play their own drum set and everyone wants to play their own guitar cabs, so it's like the setup breakdown time is like you got to do this shit in 5 minutes. So that's kind of like what we're used to. Even now, if you watch us like set up, it's kind of gross, like how quick we do it and how much we're like rushing to get on and off stage, even when it's like, our record release show and our stuff's going to be backline. We still kind of have that like go, go, go ingrained in us. And I think that's the same with our sets too, is like, you're playing with 8 bands, you're going to play for 15, 20 minutes. I think we still like just a short, sweet set, kind of to the point, not a lot of like, I hate stage banter. I hate having to like fill space. I don't like when other bands do it most of the time, unless they're like real charismatic or whatever. But like, that's just the kind of set I think we're used to playing and we like playing. Probably the only difference now is like we play a lot more kind of like slower, drawn out songs. But it's still like, I still want it to be like a Ramones set.
So instead of 10 2-minute songs, it's 5 4-minute songs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever played those hall shows where they had the stages on both sides. So it's like there's never a break in music. It's
we've done that.
16 bands.
Yeah.
To me, that's even worse. It's like those were the true like, oh god, like why are we playing this show with all these like weird screamo bands? Like when I was young, there was a lot of that.
Band.
The halls we were playing did not have stages.
It was. Yeah, no, I use the term stage. Stage.
But no
stage.
No breaks between can be rough.
Yeah, in defense, this is not a slam at screamo, but sort of there was a sort of convention of like 2000s scene band that was really bad and really popular around like I think like 2003 to 2008.
Yeah, that's what we were growing up
not
playing.
after 2008, maybe like
yeah.
And now you have like a perfect reaction against some of that in some ways.
Well, some of them, some of those guys play because they were all guys playing that sort of music. They were pieces of shit. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
That's a whole nother. I mean, you didn't get canceled for throwing a beer can, so you live to live to fight another day.
Canceled.
Oh, that's good. I didn't even think.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm just glad it wasn't a bottle.
Yeah. No, I feel like a lot of places are doing away with glass in the show area.
Yeah.
Like it's
a good idea.
Like no glass on stage.
Seen a lot of people get cut.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I remember I saw my friend's band play, and they were all hammered. They were playing at the basement of the Cantab like a very long time ago. And the front of the stage is just broken high lifes everywhere, like mountain of broken high lifes. And like they end their set, the bass player's hammered. He's like, "We're never fucking playing this place again." And he takes the last high life and he smashes it. And Mickey Bliss is in the back, like freaking out. And then 3 months later, they're back. Like nothing happened.
I can't believe you even just brought up Mickey. Holy shit.
Shout out Mickey Bliss.
Legend.
Oh my God.
True legend.
We played there one time. Not a lot of people there. And we've definitely cut this down, kind of scaled back here with volume in the last few years and the amount of amps that we play or whatever. But like I used to play like a late 70s Fender Twin, which is like the highest wattage Twin they made on 10, like every show. So it was like excruciating. And we were playing there with, I think like no lights on or something too. We like just shut the lights off. And I just like stopped being able to hear my guitar. And I turned around and I saw like some smoke, and Ryan was, next to the amp, and he was like, "Yo, your shit's on fire, I think." And I was like, "All right, man, that's set's done. Sorry." And then Mickey Bliss came out of nowhere with like a Fender, a Marshall half stack.
With another twin reverb.
No, he just came out of nowhere with a Marshall half stack and said the show must go on, and then just put it on stage for me. And he like let us finish the set. It was cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You ever listen to his 7-inch?
Yeah. It's like it came out like 1970. It was like late 70s or maybe really early 80s.
Yeah,
he'd always be wearing a suit,
eating a banana.
Always wearing the suit. Only available by phone. In some ways, I think that might actually be like a good move for promoters if you really want to like weed out people who aren't really committed, just make them call you.
Very true.
And that's immediately going to like decrease the amount of bullshit you have to deal with by like 80%.
Yeah.
But I have a voice. He left me a voicemail one time, and I had this. I was booking a show for my friend's band from Albany, and their name the band's Girth Control, and he asked, he's like, so do I have this right? It's like birth control, but girth control, GIRTH. And I was like, guys, this is so funny. I have to send you this message. And they thought it was like the funniest fucking thing, and they put it on their record as like the intro, like for one of their things.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, shout out Mickey Bliss, shout out the Cantab, shout out Blowing Up, Twin Reverbs. You got to move on to like the quad reverb next. That's the next step. The double
don't
size.
get me alone.
I saw one on Marketplace the other day, and it went pretty fast. I was like, I always keep my eyes open.
I bet they're cool. You know, like the ones with the 6 speakers too. I forget what those are called.
Yeah, the Super 6.
Yeah, the Super 6. Yeah. That this band Date Night that we used to play with from Nashville.
Oh my God.
That's all the guitarist had was Telly into a Super 6, which is like that's some like real Nashville shit actually looking back.
Amps.
But it's just like the perfect tone. I think he put everything on 6 and then like a little bit of reverb and it was just like the perfect rock tone.
He was so good.
Yeah. That band was great.
That band was great, man.
All right, so I guess one last question I have is, what do you guys have coming up? Stuff you're excited about? Projects in the works?
I feel like most immediately is we're playing Nice Fest next Friday, the 24th at the Rockwell Theater in Somerville.
Crystal Ballroom,
I feel like
right?
What's up? Oh, is it at Crystal Ballroom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, even better. But so yeah, I don't know. We're really happy to be a part of Nice Fest. Krill's playing, which is like fucking crazy, and it's just like I feel like a great New England showcase. So I'm really like honored to be a part of it this year for sure.
I'm excited to play with Downtown Boys. Been a fan of them for a while.
Same.
After that, Shallow Creatures is 10 years old this year, which we just realized. So we're considering maybe doing like some kind of anniversary show or something.
Show.
Yeah. And yeah, just kind of focusing on just playing out of state more and continuing writing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it's tough. I guess it's like, yeah, Nice Fest is going to be great. We're going to continue to try to play out of state, continue to write. But like the older we get, it's like it's just hard to continue on with like the writing process that we do. But it's never going to stop. So I think that's the goal. Is just to keep on keeping on. You know.
Well, yeah, that's what I think is really admirable. You guys just love it and love each other, and like just make it happen at your speed.
Yeah, it's kind of
so. It sounds like.
This band's always been, I think, just kind of an outlet for our friendship in a way, and that's probably why it's evolved so much over the years. You know, it's because we're not trying to be a certain type of band or do a certain type of music or whatever. We're kind of on our own schedule here. So yeah, whatever we do next is kind of like just wherever we're at in life, essentially, and that's just kind of how we're always going to be, I think.
Yeah, it's always just felt like Black Beach has always just felt like, and I'm sure I can say for all, just like not a bit, just a part of my life. Like it's just a part of our lives. It's not like we want to be in a band and we want to do the band thing and it's cool, or like we listen to this band, we want to make a band like this band. It just feels like Black Beach has just always been like this huge important totem in life, and that's just always there, man. Not like forcing anything about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me today. Looking forward to jamming out more to the new record and everything else you have coming up. So thank you and have a good one.
Thanks for having us.
All right, and that's the show. I want to thank Black Beach so much for joining me this week. Shout out to the whole struggling artist team that makes this whole ship run. You can find them on Instagram, Chris Chavez at 716 The Sound, Jeff Bousquet at JRB Image, Ryan Cowell at 13th floor _Ryan, and Dave Anderson at pinball _punks. And you can find me, Aria Rad, at coffin _salesman. So once again, thanks so much for Black Beach. Here's a song from their brand new record, Male Thief. It's called Broken Glass. Have a great week.